This is a day I've been looking forward to for 2.5 years. Every once in a while, a revolutionary product comes along that changes everything. And Apple has been, well, first of all, one's very fortunate if you get to work on just one of these in your career.
The original iPhone changed the way we look at phones. And now the newest iteration, the iPhone 5S, Apple plays it safe and keeps the same formula from last gen. And because of this, the iPhone has picked up significant hate over the last couple of months, solely due to Apple's predictable releases. But we all must remember and recognize the iPhone was the standard, the game changer, when it was first released. It opened the door for Android and basically the smartphone that we know of today. I view the iPhone as a safe zone. It doesn't try to push what it can do very far, but instead it does it in very small steps after each generation. As we've seen, Android has become a fierce competitor, and now the crown of the best smartphone belongs to no one. And that's great. It means more options for the consumers. The iPhone still remains king in ease of use and app quality. And this is why people continuously return or remain with the iPhone. Now, the new iPhone 5S makes a few changes, but keeps the overall design the same. The OS makes a few visual changes, but remains overall the same. They changed the home button into a fingerprint scanner, which works great. They improved the camera quality and a new flash. All these things are great, but how does the iPhone stack up overall? Well, I do have to mention, I've been an Android user for the past 2 years, and coming back to an iPhone was rather nice. Seeing an iCloud integration, the ability to restore the entire state of the iPhone, that's something that's pretty amazing. I think of the iPhone as the device where I don't have to think of how to use it or what to manage. I simply use it. Everything is nicely integrated, and it simply works. In terms of aesthetics, the iPhone still reigns king, with its aluminum design and absolute premium feel. There's no argument here. The iPhone 5S, especially the space gray, it's absolutely stunning to see and use. The feel of cold in the morning screams luxury. So it is safe to say, Apple still knows how to create an amazing product. In terms of performance, the iPhone 5S is very fast. Everything loads really quickly, and overall everything felt instant. Sure, it scored pretty high on Geekbench, but those benchmarks don't paint the full picture. In everyday use, everything remains smooth, browser is pretty close to instant. If anything, iOS 7 animations hold the power of the A7 back. So overall, the iPhone 5S is an absolute beast. The iPhone 5S keeps the same 4-inch screen from the iPhone 5, which is good for some, rather small for others. As an Android user, I do crave a larger screen, perhaps something in between a 4.5 and a 5-inch screen. I think Apple needs to have two devices, something small and something that would fit the current smartphone market of large phones. Although Apple made small changes to the camera, it's still one of the best cameras on any smartphone today. It does great under low light, and the new flash is better than most regular flashes that are shipped on most phones. Although it would have been nice for Apple to increase the pixel count for better cropping quality. I'm a Google guy. I use Gmail, I live off Chrome. So when I decided to move to the iPhone, I knew I was going to have to jump through some hoops to get Chrome. As we all know, Chrome cannot be set as your default browser. But there is a few ways to make you feel like it is. But again, this is something where Apple really needs to improve upon. Touch ID works great. It works roughly around 80 to 90% of the time. It's nice to have, but I wouldn't call it a must-have feature. The improvements on the camera are great for low light and is still considered one of the best cameras on any smartphone to date. But still, I wouldn't say it's a must-have feature. But if you look at the iPhone overall, what it can do as a whole, you begin to realize why Apple kept the design the same. Sure, a bigger screen would have been nice, but for now, Apple kept what worked. iOS 7 simply works, and the device simply works without having to mess around with any settings to get it to work for you. You simply go into your phone, you do what you need to do, and you get out. No real customization, no real settings to change, just a bare minimum, and that appeals to some people. And I find myself really liking the battery life, and I like how incredibly fast it charges. And this is solely due to the battery size of the iPhone being relatively small. Apple built the iPhone 5S for individuals who don't want all the bells and whistles, but simply want to get in and get out. A phone that's great for the average Joe with enough power for power users. If you have an iPhone 5, wait until next year to upgrade. But if you're coming from anything earlier, I would urge you to give the iPhone 5S a try. But before I let you guys go, I gotta say that I am not biased, nor am I a fanboy of any OS. I use Android, I use iOS. I tend to switch between them depending on how I feel or if and when I get bored. Now that I got that out of the way, thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys enjoyed the video, give it a thumbs up. If you guys are interested in an iPhone 5S, there will be a link down below, and I will definitely catch you guys next time.